All right, hello. Welcome to my first live. I will actually be pairing this with an Instagram live. I do apologize for the weird background, but yeah, just reasons. It's just what it is. Fun. So, today, hello Instagram, welcome. Instagram, this live is now also live on YouTube. We got a double live going on. So today we are going to do some crazy Mao Feng tastings. And when I mean crazy, I mean just a whole fucking bunch of them. Fucking crazy amount. Tasting, 12 of that, okay. Tasting teas. So we're going to start by tasting a tea from a former colleague of mine who's from Hankou, Hangzhou, I think, or just Hankou, which is a very good region. And yeah, and this is something good Dad made, I think. Her parents either made it or they highly recommended it. That was basically the conversation. So, without further ado, we're going to jump right into it. We're going to be tasting a whole lot of Mao Fengs today. After this, we got the fushis. It's going to be a lot. I can move the Instagram. I can't move the YouTube, unfortunately. So Instagram, this is what we're dealing with. Yeah, looking pretty standard. Nothing too fancy going on. Good leaf size. It kind of zoomed in nicely, actually. Yeah, good leaf size, good standard smell. I would say nothing too crazy going on here. Definitely good tea. There's something a little nice in there. I've realized, especially when it comes to Mao Feng, if you really want to get the true smell, you really got to get your nose in there. You really got to, really got to get your nose in there, because from far away, you're going to get the basic smell, but the basic smell always kind of smells the same. If you really want to get, catch the characteristics and learn about the tea, you really got to get your nose in there. Definitely got that good savoriness. Has a good color. I mean, it's what I expect from a Mao Feng. Let me say that. This is when it comes to Mao Feng, this is what I expect. Some nice, corn sweetness. It's good. It's just a good Mao Feng. I would say right off the bat, it's better than a lot of the Mao Fengs here, even in the local market. Yeah, it's a good Mao Feng. I don't know what else to say. It's good. This is definitely corn water. Yeah, this is it. There's nothing, right off the bat, there's nothing blowing my mind, like, whoa, crazy flavor. But there's also nothing bad. I don't smell anything. I smell what I want to smell when I'm drinking Mao Feng. What I might do, so unfortunately, right now I'm working out of bottled water, purified water, and I got this big old cheap kettle, and just a minute ago I filled it up, boiled it, and knocked it over. It threw it all over my floor. So good news is I have a cleaner floor. Bad news is I might run out of water. So what we're going to try, at least, I think, we're going to try the buck method. The buck method is a method that was, I want to say pioneered, but if not pioneered, heavily used by a good friend of mine, Buck. This is the buck method. As you notice, I'm just using way less water. And the result of this is going to be just a really strong. Oh, my dogs are fighting. Sorry, my dogs are fighting. Sorry about that. That happens. The wet aroma has shown me possible nut greatness. So the thing about the buck aroma is the buck style is that, and it's very much like a buck style, buckshot style, is that the buck style is really going to give you a strong brew. And this is actually a style that I would highly suggest for teas like Mao Feng, like Yun Wu, teas where the mouthfeel is very important and the savoriness especially is very important. This is just going to make that way more intense. Okay. Oh, it's a little rough in the nose. And it's a little tricky because, like I said, this is a really, really intense brew. And it may just be, in a normal brewing style, it may be fine. So maybe, I mean, I have a lot of tastings to do, and I have not a lot of water. So I don't even have a lot of options, but the savoriness in this style, there's the savoriness is there, and the savoriness is super sweet and thick. And my dogs are fighting again. No, they're not fighting. Okay. I have dog stuff. You know, really, really interesting savoriness. This is actually getting me thinking that I wonder if there are different savorinesses to Mao Feng. You know, that when you do a style like this, would different types of savory come out? Like, is all Mao Feng the same savory, or when you're really, really getting geeky and really getting, if you really like focus on the savoriness, can the savoriness be different? You know, different feelings in the mouth, different place in the mouth. Just like I assume, I'm not a huge tofu eater, or I should be, but I assume if you have someone who just tastes a bunch of tofu, and this is talking fresh tofu, if you have someone who just tastes a bunch of fresh tofu, he can probably tell the differences in what everyone would see as just the tofu flavor. buck style. Here's the buck. It's hard to tell. You know, it's hard to tell just because I'm doing the buck style. And actually, I haven't really done the buck style for years. But it came up in conversation the other day. Because it's nice, but it's also a little faint at the same time. It's really, really hard to tell. It's really, really hard to tell. Due to water stuff, I do have to cut it early, so I am going to pour right out. This is going to be a strong brew right here. I think, if I were to guess, you know, I think this is probably a pretty good tea, but I don't think it's quite website worthy, at least not for me. I think as somebody who has already 4 Mao Fengs on his website, this doesn't really give enough oomph for there to be 5. But we'll see. We'll see about that. You know, at another day and time, maybe tonight, I'll do a normal steeping of it, and I will see something else. I do think, though, for those of you who are trying to put Mao Feng in your repertoire, I do think this is a possibility. This is the lighter Mao Feng. It's more aromatics in this. There's a lot of good in there, but once again, as somebody who already has 4 Mao Fengs on the website, this is not giving me enough for 5. All right, let's jump into the next thing, which is the, oh, did I leave it in the other room? I did leave it in the other room. I do have to disappear again. I'm sorry. I'm not very good at this. I'm sorry. All right, this is the main part of this live. We are looking at the 2000. We're looking at Yakongs, not Yakongs. Yeah, Yakongs, which is Huang Shan Mao Feng from Fuxi, ale called Yakong. Yeah, just checking them out. Yesterday I bought one. And kind of my first red flag was that, like, compared to last year, it was expensive. And I was like, I don't remember it being that expensive, you know. Because also the price the Yakong, which is a Fuxi Mao Feng, is a more simpler flavor. It's a little more basic of a Mao Feng, but it's the foundations of any good Mao Feng. It has what any good Mao Feng needs to have. And so from there, it's a really interesting tasting and thing to experience, because you're like, okay, this is what, if my Mao Feng doesn't have this, it's lacking, basically. It's that's a better fucking smell. That's the type of fucking smell I'm looking for. That's the type of fucking smell I'm looking for right there. It's just savory and pork fat, oily, like, and this is all just in the dry leaf aroma. That's what I'm fucking looking for. And when I compare it to this one, you know, this one I get, well, I guess, this one I get kind of pine needles and, you know, kind of like springy, like very springy, very like even spring water, sort of like forest, but like in that nice way forest, not in that bulky way, but in that just kind of, Definitely some like floral aroma in there, and just like fresh leaves and just like brightness, a very bright, fresh, lively feeling. But this one, and once again, I'm smelling, well, let me see if I can smell the dry leaf. Okay, the dry leaf gives similar, actually. It's an unfair comparison. This one smells a little bit stronger, a little bit, not so fresh, but a little bit more to it. And, you know, when that Mao Feng, because it's naturally so light and fresh, it's very easy for it to get too light, too fresh, you know, too up there. You do need a little bit down. You do need a little bit thick. You do need a little bit balance. I've mentioned before, and I'll mention again in the future, over and over again, for light teas and for Mao Feng, but for light teas and green teas, actually, majority of green teas, I think a majority of green tea drinkers, I hope, would understand this idea of there's a difference between a tea being light and a tea having no flavor. And this gets trickier for Mao Fengs because Mao Feng is such a naturally light tea. And it's kind of determining when is one. It's just tricky for white teas, Fuding Baichas. You know, I've seen a lot of people make this mistake. Oh, this is a very light, subtle tea. And you're like, no, it just doesn't have any flavor. And so for Mao Feng, it can very easily just have no flavor. And I do think there is Pinjong, cultivar varietal stuff that has to do with it. You know, local varietals having more flavor naturally, a little more, whilst machine-made ones being a little more thick, a little more body. This actually reminds me, I gotta try that side shot. There's gonna be a lot of tasting. It's gonna be a lot of tea stuff coming up. Now that I am more technologically on par, which basically means I have a laptop from the last 5 years. Did we have a? Oh, sorry, drop that. And so you're gonna see a lot more videos like this. This is my first time doing a. That's not a great smell. I'm not loving that smell, to be completely honest. It just smells empty and a little dirty, and I don't know if you guys can hear my dogs in the back. I got a new dog bed, and unfortunately, basically, there was a moment where I thought somebody else was going to raise New, the bulldog, and so they took her for a week, and in that week, I got this new dog bed for Pumpkin, but now New is back, and there is some. There's some stuff. There's Nunu's like, this is mine now. Like Nunu's like, oh, I can sleep on this. And Pumpkin's like, no, it's mine. Well, that was quick. That's shit. That's complete fucking ass. That is complete fucking ass. I mean, I'm going to do. It's complete fucking ass. Oh, it's disgusting. It's so bad. It's so bad. I'm going to do a second steep. Just maybe it's just under steeped and doesn't taste like anything. That basically tastes like ass. Oh. Did I open the wrong box? Wait, what? What are you? Wait. No, you are. What the hell are you? What the hell am I drinking? Okay. Uh-oh. This shit she didn't mark the bags, and then I saw that I marked one bag, and I was like, it's okay. It's not okay. I might have just done in the wrong thing. My tea tray is crazily overflowing. So I do have to disappear again. I got way more tea to drink, and I should have poured this out. I'm sorry. What I think, look on the bright side. Even though I do have to walk away every 2 minutes, you know that what you're saying, what you're seeing is the real process. This is nothing made fancy, no. Yeah, nope, done with that. Okay, goodbye. Well, this has been fun. Thanks for stopping by. We'll hit you up. Oh, yeah, hit you up. Growing up in New York City and hoping Trekking Buddha sees this. I gotta mark this on the time. I think it's so I can tag him. 21. Growing up in New York City, if you were chilling with somebody and you were saying goodbye and you didn't really like that person, maybe you didn't like dislike them, but you like, because you're like you wanted to stay cool. It wasn't like fuck you, but they're like You go yeah. I'll hit you up. I'll hit you up is like the BRB of AIM. AIM. You guys remember BRB, which was the shit you said when you were just leaving? You're like BRB, and then you wouldn't come back. I'll hit you up was being like, yeah, we're not going to chill again. We're not going to chill. Like, I've done it so many times. Yeah, hit you up. Yeah. Like that. And then the response to I'll hit you up is yeah. Which means, yeah, no, we're not hanging out. This is it. This is the end of our friendship. All right. As my dog runs off with this bottle I just dropped, I'm just going to jump right into the next one. Drinking teas, that's all we do. That is close. There it is. That is more of it. I gotta wonder. Yeah, that's empty. I don't know what the. I wonder if I'm just smelling the wrong bag. I kind of wonder if I like opened one bag and then like smelled another. I don't know what the hell I was smelling in that first one. Like, there's nothing to smell there. Put in work. This is that tea work. This is that seasoned tea work. That shit that like. It's been interesting just focusing so much on one tea. And that on the one hand, you learn specifically for this one tea, but also you're just learning to taste. Like, I think if I go to another tea region, another green tea region, I'm going to take so much over. Especially Mao Feng, where like Mao Feng is because of what makes it good is not because of what makes it good and what makes it quality. It is definitely a trickier one and one that people don't get excited over as much. And if they don't know how to taste, they don't know how to taste as much. Though I gotta say, that's what I thought, but I think I'm thinking, because I've been talking with a lot of people recently, doing a lot of messaging. What was I going to say? People are really enjoying the Mao Fengs much more than I thought. I did think Mao Feng was going to be too subtle and this, that, and the third. But people are just loving them, and they're asking for more, and they're asking for bigger quantities, and I've worked out some some pricing stuff. Ooh, Trekking Buddha. I'm gonna hit you up, Trekking Buddha. I just had the dopest idea. And yeah, and so I actually think, and it's good. I'm glad. But I think people are more open to Mao Feng than maybe I thought. And I guess let me say I think Mao Feng is easier to appreciate than I was afraid it was going to be. I afraid it was going to be just too light, too savory, too subtle in a way. Too much about mouthfeel and not enough about flavor. But I think, and once again, this is partially because tastings like this, like, you know, I'm in the midst of writing an article about getting the best teas and what it takes, and I think it's going to be a kind of ongoing thing. A couple of articles, a couple of ways to look at it, because I don't know the answer. As somebody who does not have the best teas of everything, I don't quite know the answer. But something about, I forgot what I was going to say about that. But yeah, just about like something about tasting a lot of Mao Fengs. I've tasted a whole bunch of Mao Feng. Oh yeah, so I think part of the reason is that I think the Mao Fengs on my website are very, very good, above average good, and this is how I get those Mao Fengs, by tasting 5 Mao Fengs and saying no to 4 of them, and saying no to 4 of them pretty, like, being very. I mean, that last Mao Feng didn't last a fucking second. Like, I just said fuck that Mao Feng so fast. I think the Fushi. Oh, I don't want to say it, but I think I gotta go to Yakang. You know, it's interesting. I think I'm gonna put that. I'm getting very similar notes with the other guy. Vegetal nutty, vegetal nutty, savory, intense a little bit. But once again, I'm buck styling it. I'm sorry, by the way, for the people on YouTube who can't really see everything. I don't really have YouTube followers like that yet, so. But wow, really, really sweet. Wow, that's sweet. This is Pumpkin, by the way. This is Pumpkin, my 2-year-old Rottweiler. Yeah, we played a lot recently. I got the English Bulldogs in the other room, probably sleeping. It's always funny when you have a dog who likes to play tug. They're tugging on it, and you think they want it, and then you let go, and they're like, "Why did you let go?" It's just the game. This is the game we like. We like this game. I'm gonna have you there for a minute. Yeah, you can just be with me. But yeah. And the other interesting thing, wow, it's super fucking sweet. Holy shit, that's sweet. Like real sugary sweetness, like thick, and once again, buck style, so it's exaggerated. It's popping out a lot, but really sweet. Like pumpkin sweet. Like pumpkin's a sweetheart, and it's about that level of sweetness. Pumpkin's a sweetheart, as I say, as I fight her for a toy. As she demands I fight her for a toy. Battle me, sir. Battle me for this prize. Okay, Malcolm. Yeah. You're gonna work on your bite later. Needless to say, pouring tea and doing a dog simultaneously is not easy. Oh, that's good. I like that. I like that placement. Yeah, pumpkin. That's you. I know. That's you. Getting a little tea drunk. Very, very similar to, I think, to the Tanko. Just intense and strong and, I think a little more intense than the Tanko, which I think is good and bad. I mean, it's interesting. It's going to be interesting to tell once I do do the normal tasting, the normal style. But I think right off the bat, it shows me it has stuff. It shows me there's stuff going on. When it comes to you're distracting me, pumpkin. You got a very bad habit of standing next to me when I do this. Shows me the stuff going on. Shows me that, it's here. It's green. Get used to it. Oh, I'm slowing down a little bit, not gonna lie. I gotta say though, the way you see me tasting right now, where it's just like to the fucking point, quick steeps, short steeps, not, we're not really talking about Nai Pao, which is long lao that burned. That splashed and it burned. Man, this kettle is hot. Holy shit. This style of steeping you're seeing me doing here is the way. This is the way farmers will. When you go to the countryside during tea season, you go to tea regions during tea season, and they're trying their teas. It's this sort of style. I remember going to Anxi, and when they were trying their Tia Kuan Yins, one or two really hard fucking brews. It'd be like two really hard brews, and that was it. And then they were like, okay, I know what it is. I'm gonna take it. I don't want it. It's good. It's bad. Just right to the fucking point. It's really cool to see, actually. Because you're not yet trying to fine tune the tea. What you're doing right now is what I'm doing is just going yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. And so yeah, and so that's when you're doing. Actually, really good. I went for another steep, and I was like, oh, it's gone. That's too bad. That's why that tea got it. Yes. Ian the monkey. Ian here got another. Oh man. Another tea pet is on the list. That's another tea pet. I do have to disappear one more time. Last time I'm disappearing because I don't think I have enough water to disappear again. Are you telling me something? That is up there. It is. No, that's Keelan. Okay. I'm kind of looking for last year's. Sorry. Not everything was leaning on that. Last year's Yapeng. Last year's Fushi. Oh, it's somewhere. It's somewhere. All right. It's somewhere. I gotta switch that to a new bag, and my table is covered in teas. It's gross. It's really bad. Just a mess. Now I can't find anything. Check some stuff later today. Oh, there it is. Found it. Wonderful. The tea drunk is real. So actually, while that is cooling, as I get my head on straight, I'm then curious. So this is the last of last year's. This is the last little weeny bit. Okay, this looks like what I'm tasting now. No, it looks like nothing. Looks like nothing I have in front of me right now, actually. God, I don't even remember what I'm tasting now. I don't even remember what bag that came from. I better not like it. It's gonna be really difficult if I find out I like it. Nope. Oh my God. Oh my God. What the fuck was that? Oh my God. What the fuck just happened? It's like fucking aspartame? Like, oh my God. I didn't want to give that to my tea pet. That was so bad. Jesus Christ. What the fuck was that? Jesus Christ. What the fuck was that? That just tasted like duty. Not even duty. Tasted like piss. God, that was terrible. Do I have one more? Do I have enough? I don't have enough. Oh, I'm one short. I'm one short of what I wanted. That tasted like duty. That was terrible. Oh my God. That's like Tivana quality. What the fuck? That's terrible. Why did you hand that to me? Why did you do that to me? Oh my God. That was gross. That was one of the worst fucking things I've ever. Jesus, that's one of the worst fucking Mao Fengs. Once again, Buck Style made it way worse. I am going to throw a little bit in because I do want to know what the hell. Oh, that's old. Yeah, we're getting this is. Okay. I got enough to put a little more leaf in. A little more water than I thought I had. Not much though. Don't ever do that to your tea. Oh man, that was terrible. That was complete fucking ass. That was really bad. That was really bad. Jesus Christ, that was bad. What the fuck was that? Straight garbage. Yeah, a lot of these are just shit. And I think part of the reason, and this is the teas I look for are not the teas most people look for. Most people look for the early picks, the beautiful looking ones, the whatever, the cheap ones, just the ones I look for are those not still early, but not the earliest, that kind of next step. And I want, I kind of know what to look for. But and so what happens though if I'm not, yeah, that's just old. That's old. I think that I'm not gonna get anything. This is just gonna taste like old tea. I can smell it. I can smell it. Still tasted fucking better than the first one, I gotta say. All right, that's old. It's a good. I'm gonna hold on to it for leaf shape comparison, because that's the important thing now. Leaf shape comparison. But flavor wise, it's mute for Ian. All right, well, that's that. I tasted 5 teas today, and 2 of them got passed to what we can call the next round. I think there's something in there that I thought would be worth it, would be worth tasting again under normal brewing conditions. And yeah, that's the game. That is the game. One was really bad. One was really, really bad. The whole goo is available. It's on the website. There are people interested, and I don't have a lot. In fact, what I have, I think somebody already asked for half of what I have. And so definitely get on the whole goo. Definitely get that. That's really good this year. Another thing, and yeah, and the Shan is in this year, the 100% handmade. Yeah, definitely. All right, I'm a little bit tea drunk, and so I'm going to end these lives. People on YouTube, this is my first live. Hope you liked it. I'm going to do more with some better settings. Instagram people, hope you liked it too. Yeah, oh, for those on Instagram, check out my YouTube, because I just uploaded a Hogu travel video. Check it out. And there's a YouTube.